is Yuritzi, and I'm going to be doing the interview. Can you say your name, please?
Hello, my name is Shannon Holmes, and my age also?
Yes, please.
53.
53. Okay, where were you born? Your country, state, and city?
USA, California, in a town called Covina.
Thank you. Okay, our definition for gender is the state of being male or female. And the definition for sex is either of the two main categories, male and female, into which humans and many other living things are divided on the basis of their reproductive functions. Okay, so one of our questions is, how has gender affected your life? And can you use an example, please?
Oh, well, gosh, and I'm sorry.
It's like a female and...
Right. Well, I grew up with two brothers, an older brother and a younger brother, and that wasn't, they were kind of rough with you and kind of tease you and stuff. I really don't know. I'm so sorry. So I know you're feeling me, man. I really don't know. I'm trying to think of a specific situation. Well, certain people will treat you differently than they do men. And then, of course, women don't make as much money as men do for the same types of jobs. And women, a lot of things are pushed on women. Women are blamed for just certain situations with children and household things that happen. I don't know how much help I'm going to be to you.
So the roles of the women are different from now?
There is more expected from women. And also there's the double standard. If a woman's aggressive, men think they're pushy, but it's okay for men. Men are supposed to be aggressive.
Okay.
And that, just that sort of thing, the kind of, like a woman is just a little lower than they are. They like to run the show. If a woman stands up for herself or for anything political, she's branded as, well, just
put down.
Some silly woman. I even hear them talk about politics with the women talking with the men. The men they are demeaning in the way they speak to the women and talk down to them, and they also have a superiority over them. It's obvious in their attitude and their mannerisms that they believe they're superior, and they do, and they'll tell you that they believe they're superior. And that's just so crazy because they don't do half of what we do.
That's true.
So it's definitely a man's world, but it's becoming the feminine energy is coming into play now with all the new age and all this stuff that's happening. The roles are actually changing, for the better, more equality.
So do you believe that from when you were young to this point, things have changed dramatically?
Yeah, they really have. They've changed a lot. When I was a little girl, women were quite supposed to be. Certain things are expected of women: to be quiet and subservient, and not argue, and to be gracious, and to always gotta look nice for them, and not have a strong opinion or disagree. Just so many things. It's the double standard is terrible. For instance, if a guy's drinking, that's no big deal. But if a woman's kind of drunk, they label her. And same thing with sex too. Men are out there the ones instigating it and doing all these things. But every woman's supposed to be a virgin. How's that supposed to happen? So it's crazy. Women are blamed for any mishaps with the children. That may not even be her fault, but, if something happens to a child, where was the mother? The mother should have been watching the child, And, they really are scrutinized as to how they are with their children more than men are, I think. Women are just expected, you want to know in a nutshell, women are expected to just be their caretakers. They want a wife that will coddle them, take care of them, feed them, wait on them, and then they want, a whore at night in the bedroom. That's what they want. They want it all. but yet they're still not satisfied with just one woman. So many of them, more than not, unfortunately, just have to have other women just because they're different. It's not because she's prettier or I want her more. They don't want anything to do with her but just to have their fun. And I don't, I don't get that. And women, of course, is labeled a whore if one slight little thing. Like for me, I was unmarried in 19 when I got pregnant. I was with my boyfriend for 2 years. We were high school sweethearts, and we didn't want to marry me. And so that just put the stigma on me. But, men scot-free, and the man is just as much responsible, if not more, because generally the man's the one who instigates it. And in this case, that was true, too.
Okay, who's defined you as a woman?
What labels are thrust upon me
Yes.
as a woman? Well, you're expected to have nice manners and a soft voice, and to be, oh, would you like something to drink, to wait on people, and just to be just a little elf, little fairy elf that does everything that has to be done, and to be kind and to not, God forbid, if you have an opinion or if you go political with something, it's just, women are not taken seriously. There are, and I have talked to a lot of very intelligent men who know this, that men are idiots and that women run the show, really. But I guess basically it's the old, it's just nature, men were built big and strong to go out and fight the beasts for the food, and the women, of course, stayed home and had the babies. If men could have women do everything, they would, but gotta have the babies. So they got to go out and hunt for us. And basically that's it. I'm going to bring you food and you're going to have my baby and you're going to do whatever I want, Take good care of my baby, you take good care of me. And basically that's all men want. To me, there are some men, though, who really generally want to meet with a soul and a kindred spirit and to have that kind of a relationship. But it's quite daunting. Finding those. There's not very many of those. As far as I'm concerned, I think, man, to sum it up, one man told me this, which is really crude, but I'll sum it up. He said, if women didn't have a vagina, which is not the word he used, but if women didn't have a vagina, there'd be a bounty on them. Basically, that means if women weren't good for sex, men have no use for them.
Wow.
And there's a lot of men, and I think probably a good majority of them that feel that way, because they all have their little jokes and their little things that they say about women. But there are men that respect women, and I think a lot of it goes back to the woman whoever raised this person. Which yeah. So there's women in different generations that are all connected to the same situation. So there's mothers that have really taught their boys to respect and how to treat a woman, and there's a lot of gentlemen out there, and then there's just a lot that are just, they can only think with one head at a time. And it's usually the other one. It's a fact that a sexual thought crosses a man's mind every 30 seconds or something like that, day in, day out of every day. I mean, come on, get over it. Get over it, really. I mean, come on. So I just think men are, I think a lot of them are superficial. They don't really put their energy into what's really meaningful in life, but they go for the physical pleasures and people will push you around if you let them. And, women have always been weaker and generally smaller. And so basically they have made us do what they want us to do. That's how I see it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That was it.
Okay, I hope